Welcome, hungry people. I'm Isan Machuca, and today we're making chicken fried steak. So the origin of chicken fried steak is not really too well known. Back in the 1830s, it was first published in a recipe book. Essentially, I think it came from the Europeans, something in Texas and the Midwest. It was actually in 1988. It was chicken fried steak was actually set as the main dish for Oklahoma State. So it's kind of cool. It's actually one of my favorite dishes, one of my favorite breakfasts. Very homey, very comfort foodie, and honestly, it's amazing. So I'm actually hungry, so let's get started. All right, so we're gonna do, we have 2 cups of self-rising flour here. Keep in mind that everything has been put in the freezer. That includes the flour, that includes the cold butter, and this is half a stick of unsalted butter. So what I did, I froze the butter and then I grated it and I put it back in the freezer. So we're just gonna get the butter incorporated here. We're then gonna add just a teaspoon of sugar and a cup of buttermilk. And again, this buttermilk has been in the freezer, so you'll probably see ice chunks in there. And the reason why everything needs to be cold is you don't want the butter to melt. You want the butter to be, melt in the oven in between the layers. So lightly floured surface here. You'll notice here that all of this is clumping up. I'm going to form a nice, beautiful rectangle. More of a square for right now. You see all the different layers? So we're basically creating layers. Add just a little bit of extra flour here. Not about an inch. Cut the edges out. Besides it looking prettier, being more uniform, it will also rise better. And they're not really going to rise too much just because they're not activated by yeast or anything like that, baking soda and baking powder. See where they're kind of, they're not that cold right now, so we'll put them back in the fridge for the next 20 minutes. In the meantime, we're going to preheat the oven to 450. So, see you guys then. Alrighty guys, so we're going to do the dredge station here. We have 2 cups of self-rising flour. And to that, we're going to do 2 tablespoons of your favorite beef rub. And we're going to mix it up. Nice and beautiful seasoned flour. 2 cups of buttermilk. 2 teaspoons of the same beef rub to 1 egg. Whisk it in. Eye around there. So you see little to no marbling. This here piece actually has a little fat cap. We don't want fat actually. I know usually the saying goes fat is flavor, but when it comes to chicken fried steak, since it's only going to be doing a quick fry, that fat's not going to render down, so it's not really going to be flavor. It's going to be, well, chew more than anything. And everyone knows the eye around is a very, very tough piece of meat. So what the cowgirls will do for the cowboys, so after a long day of work out in the ranch, all they had was tough pieces of meat and, well, a little bit of flour, egg, milk, buttermilk at times. So all the scraps basically. So they thought, how can I make this even better? Well, how can we treat this and make it edible? So that's why this dish was basically born. So now we have a clean piece of eye round here. What we're gonna do, we're gonna place this Ziploc bag over it here, and with a meat mallet, we're gonna start tenderizing the meat. Not only tenderizing, we're making it thin, flat, and even so it can cook fast. But also we're going to be using the spikes here to tenderize it. But also whenever we soak it in our dredge, we're going to be increasing the surface area to maximize that crispiness and that flavor. So this is probably, we probably need a little bit more, but now without the bag, we're actually going to start with the coarser side and go to the finer side. I don't know if you guys know, but whenever you go to the store, if you can find cube steak, that will actually be a lot easier instead of doing all the work for yourself. But this is fun. I actually couldn't even find cube steak. Perfect, so you have this nice cubed steak. So what we're gonna start out in the milk, and then we're gonna go and put it into the flour. And we're gonna try to use that method of wet hand, dry hand. We're gonna shake off the excess, and we're gonna go back to egg. We're gonna do a double dip here. Remember, we want to make sure everything's pressed on there. Perfect. And we're going to place it on a cooling rack here. And the purpose of this cooling rack here is so it can tack up. You're going to see the flour actually start to increase the moisture because it's going to absorb the moisture of the steak and of the egg washer. Alright guys, it's been 20 minutes. The oven's preheated at 450 degrees, and now we're going to just brush this with unsalted butter and pop it in the oven. So out of this one here, I made a little scrap round biscuit here. Hopefully it turns out good. So nice, beautiful light texture. Butter. The butter's going to help it brown, but also the butter is going to help it with moisture. Remember, biscuits are typically dry, crumbly bread. Flaky bread. Right, let's go ahead and put these in the oven. See you guys in 20 minutes. We're gonna make sure the oil is at 350 degrees. Remember, you're gonna start dropping this away from you. Go ahead and check out this crust. Oh yeah.
Crispy.
Oh yeah. Look at that. I'm excited. Alright, well, the gravy's not ready yet, but check this out. Oh, man, look at that layer right there. It's so hot, but it's so good. Alright, cool. So we have here, we're going to make the gravy. We need 1/4 of a cup of some sort of fat, so I used the leftover oil with the beef drippings on there as a starter base here for the fat. And we need 1/3 of a cup of flour. And we're basically gonna make a roux. And what a roux is a starter, a thickening agent, a starter for any kind of white sauce or any kind of sauce. 2 cups of whole milk and 2 cups of half and half. We'll do a little at a time. We're gonna go heavy on the black pepper here. Generous pinch of salt. You see here, clean spoon. See the streak, the gravy doesn't run down. That means it's thick enough. Alrighty guys, we have here a beautiful biscuits here. Oh yeah. Chicken fried steak, egg on top there. And grab our gravy, spoon it on top. Oh yeah. Let's dig in. Well guys, thank you very much for watching. If you like what you're seeing, hit the subscribe button, press the notification bell, and the like button there. Any comments down below, go ahead and let me know what you guys want to see me cook next. Thank you very much for watching, and remember, stay hungry.